The Israelites, God's chosen people, wandering through the vast desert after their dramatic escape from Egypt. They're hungry, tired, and let's be honest, they're getting pretty cranky. But God, in His infinite wisdom and mercy, had a solution that would blow their minds. Exodus 16 tells us this incredible story. The people were grumbling against Moses and Aaron, saying, "If only we had died by the Lord's hand in Egypt. There we sat around pots of meat and ate all the food we wanted, but you have brought us out into this desert to starve." But here's where it gets interesting. God speaks to Moses, saying, "I will rain down bread from heaven for you." Can you imagine looking up and seeing food literally falling from the sky? Every morning, this mysterious white substance would appear on the desert floor like frost. The Israelites called it manna, which literally means, "What is it?" Now here's the plot twist. God gave them specific instructions. Exodus 16:16 and 19 tell us, "Each one is to gather as much as they need. No one is to keep any of it until morning." But because some of the people didn't trust God's daily provision, they thought they knew better. Despite the clear instructions, they tried to hoard the manna overnight. Big mistake, huge. Exodus 16:20 describes what happened next. However, some of them paid no attention to Moses. They kept part of it until morning, but it was full of maggots and began to smell. Gross, right? The manna that was meant to be fresh daily provision literally rotted overnight. This wasn't just about food, then it was a test of faith and obedience. God was teaching them to trust Him daily, to believe that His promises are true, that He would provide exactly what they needed, exactly when they needed it. You know, it's funny how even after seeing God part the Red Sea, some still couldn't trust Him for their daily bread. But before we judge them too harshly, aren't we sometimes the same? We see God's faithfulness time and time again, yet we still try to take control, to store up, to handle things our way instead of trusting His daily provision. The manna story reminds us that God's instructions aren't arbitrary. They're for our good. When He says, "Trust me daily," He means it. Sometimes the simplest acts of obedience are the hardest, but they're always worth it.